Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. I am Rex and welcome to another video. Today it's a really fun video because we are still during summer, but I've seen a lot of people jumping into the vibes of autumn already. And I thought, why not give some recommendations of books that feel a bit of autumn, a bit of October, but during August. I think it would be so much fun just to get into the vibe of fall, but not actually just jumping straight to it, like giving the chance to the season just to change. So that's what we are gonna be talking about today. Ready for some book recs? Also guys, like bear with me because my hair is not working with me today, and I washed it today like a few hours ago, and it's doing whatever this is. So let's just ignore that for a moment, okay? And let's jump to the books. The first book I'm gonna recommend, and we're gonna jump right into it, is Twilight. You guys, this is like the perfect dark, moody vibe with vampires, but also romance and small town vibes, and there's a lot of mystery and secrets, things like that. I don't know if you guys have read it. If you have not read it, like, where have you been? This is epic. Of course, we follow Edward and Bella. Bella is this human girl that just moves to this small town. She used to live, I think, in Phoenix with her mom, and things happen in her life that she has to move with her dad. Their parents are divorced, so she goes to live with her dad and starts school again there. Small town, really rainy place, you know, you get all that autumnal vibes. I think it's really moody and really great with the not yet spooky, but the type of getting into a little bit more dark vibes. And then we have Edward, who is a vampire. He has been living there for a couple of years now. He's living with his family. They're a whole family of vampires, and he falls in love with Bella. These are like 4 books. It's a series, and they're all so freaking good. I think I have only read the first 2, but aside from just vampires, we also have werewolves and all the history that goes into that, myths and alliances, and it's freaking epic. So pick this one up if you want to start with the fall vibes in October. And if you have already read Twilight and watched the movies and everything, I have another recommendation for you. Same vibe, same thing. But this one is Twilight, but reimagined. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one. There are a few people that I have talked to that actually have read this one or know that this one existed. This is called Life and Death. It's Twilight Reimagined, and it's for the 10th anniversary edition. Also by Stephanie Meyer. So it's the same author, just we have the same story as Twilight, but the main character that was Bella in here is a boy, and the main character who was Edward in the other one, who was vampire, in here it's a girl. All of the roles are reversed, and every single character who was a boy is now a girl, or if it was a man, it's now a woman, and it's got like a couple of twists to the story. It's not exactly the same, which makes this so much fun. And another thing for you guys to read if you have already read Twilight but love the vibe, love the book and the author. So we have 2 recommendations with the same vibe, autumn vibes, and vampires, werewolves, fantasy style. I love them. Okay, now for those of you who don't really are leaning towards the fantasy vibes right now and want something more contemporary, but really sad, because I know a lot of you guys like these type of stories that are bittersweet or straight on sad. And I read this book a couple of years ago and it was really good, but it's the type of book that it's short but still makes you want to cry all the way. And it is If I Stay by Gail Forman. I think this book is really freaking good and underrated. There was a movie I think there was a movie out a couple of years ago, but it's actually, these books are a duology. And the second book, it's got like more music packed in the way that it shows like songwriting, things like that. Here we follow our main character, who is like this girl who is trying to learn cello and get into a really prestigious school, but then there's a tragic accident involving her and her entire family, like mom, dad, sibling, and her. And it goes to a point where she has to decide if she wants to stay here in this earth or be gone, you know? The accident is bad like that. But throughout all that, we see everything that she goes through, her memories, if it's actually worth it to stay here. Who will she have staying here? Friends, family, who of their nuclear family, who are the ones staying? And also, well, there's a bit of romance. There's like this relationship she has with another musician, and we get to see that develop as well. So if you want like a bittersweet, kind of sad story, more contemporary, that it's not just one book, but also a duology, and it's really short. I think it's got like not even 300 pages, which is really fast, and it's perfect for the season. I think it's set during winter, so it's got like the perfect vibes, just like a bit of snow going on there, cozy outfits, all that romance, activities that start to happen during that time. So if you want a book that is kind of like that, here's my recommendation, If I Stay by Gail Forman. The next book I'm gonna be talking about is a recommendation of one of my favorite books ever. This one was like a bookstagram made me do it a couple of years ago, and I loved it, and it's been one of my favorites ever since. It's for the fantasy lovers as well, but with a couple of twists to it. We have The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Oh my god, when I tell you guys that Holly Black is one of the best authors, it's just amazing the way she writes fairy. I love her style and how dark things can get. But well, this is fantasy, and it's got a bit of romance in it, more packed into the second book because this is a trilogy. But we have more of a political balance in here, more betrayal, things like that. We follow a human girl that lives in fairy world. And we're not talking about fairies like fae, kind of Augtober style. No, we're talking about more like myths, kind of Scottish lore, things like that. Actual fairies that mess with humans. We have like this forbidden fruit that if you have some of that food, you'll be like easier to be controlled by them. These are beautiful specimens. They're like gorgeous, but like they do not respect humans. And I think that makes this story so freaking incredible. There's one quote of the girl that is the main character in here, and I think it goes something like, if I cannot be like them, I will become so much worse. That's the vibe of the story. It's dark, it's twisted, it's powerful, it's betrayal, it's political, and it is freaking amazing. Anything by Holly Black is just crazy good, and it's one of my favorites, so I had to recommend it. And of course, we have all that autumnal vibe because they live kind of in the forest and they have all these things surrounding them. If you haven't read any by Holly Black, I truly recommend picking up The Cruel Prince. You will not be disappointed. If you like political, if you like fantasy, if you like a fierce female main character, but also a really interesting main male character, this is gonna be so much fun. You're in for a treat. Next book I'm gonna recommend, we're gonna start leaning into more of a spooky vibe, if you want. Still not super like thriller type of vibes, because that's not my style and you guys know it. But we have a little book that it's supposed to be a children's book that I do not get how it's a children's book. But we have Coraline by Neil Gaiman. This book is freaking spooky, but it also has like this type of magical twist to it. I absolutely recommend it. It's one of my sister's favorites, like all-time favorites. It's got a movie as well. If you have, maybe you have watched the movie, it's so popular and it's so freaking good. I really recommend that if you're also looking for some recommendations of movies and things like that you want to watch during this season. Of course, there's a movie of If I Stay, and now the movie of Coraline, which is really good. If you have watched the movie but not read the book, let me tell you, they are different. There are a lot of things about the book that they miss out on the movie, and they get spookier. I think the movie is toned down, and the book is a little bit more specific, more spooky, more like what is going on. We're talking about a kid, you know? Coraline is this girl that just moves to this like complex apartments with her family, and some spooky things start to happen. There's this being called the Other Mother that kind of starts to get into her head, appearing as if she wants the best for her, but this one is actually a witch and is just trying to eat her. Will she be able to escape, or she will be trapped on the other side? That is so much fun, so interesting. It's really spooky. We have all the autumnal vibes here, and well, it's a really short book. We also, I don't know if every single one of the copies or editions of this book are illustrated, but mine is, and it gets creepier. I don't know, let me check if I have like a little something to, oh no, this is, it's like too spooky. It's spooky. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna show you guys like. And the trick here is that if Coraline wants to stay with the other mother, the one that appears to be kind of more understanding, the one that gives Coraline the things that she wants and pamper her and shows her this amazing world of every good thing she can have, she has to sew buttons on her eyes. That meaning the witch will be owning her in a way. So if I'm telling you, it gets creepier every time, and there are a lot of things happening here, but it's an epic book and it's written in an amazing way, and I think you guys will really like it. So Coraline. Last but not least, and I know this was really fast, I only gave you like 5 recommendations, but this season is already just like starting. So if you guys want more recommendations of more spooky books, more autumnal books, more even dark academia books, leave a comment in the section below telling me that, so I can film more videos like this and with other great recommendations of books like this. I will absolutely love to share that with you guys. But without further ado, let's go to our last one, which is a romantasy. We have Divine Rivals. This is one of my favorite books from last year. 2024 was great. I think it's one of the first book that I annotated, and it was so much fun. I have a reading blog reading this one. I will link it over here for you guys to check it out, because it was amazing. I was also on a trip during my time of reading this book, so there you go, it's even more interesting. But this book, it's got like this, not even dark academia, but like somehow that vibes, because we have rivals to lovers kind of situation, gods in war that are fighting and calling people that are siding with one or the other and have consequences. We're following this girl Iris, who wants to be like this amazing writer, but it's competing for the position with another guy who's called Roman. They go back and forth in this kind of trial period, trying to see which one of them will get the job. At the end of the day, Iris decides to take on a journey that will be really far away, right in the middle of the war. And Roman realizes he's really into her. So which one of them will get the job? Which one of them will stay? Will they fall in love? Will they fight for each other? Will they be together even in the midst of war? You'll have to read this one. And it's also a duology, so what better than just one amazing book, but to have 2 with amazing characters like this? I think it's perfect. And of course we get the dark vibes, more like, it's not dark academia, but like you get the vibe like that without being academia, but you get the style. It's like that. And again, it was one of my favorites from 2024, and I actually recommend it. Romantasy, it's not like this. It's beautifully written. This author is Rebecca Ross. I cannot get enough of her writing. I could read this book like 3 times just to admire the way she writes. So there you go. This is my last recommendation of the day, Divine Rivals. Pick this one up. Okay, you guys, that would be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here and for coming along. Again, if you want more recommendations that are type of autumnal, type of autumn vibes, or even more like specific during October, things like that. Just let me know. I love making this type of videos for you all and recommending books that I love. I look forward to that, and well, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.